Dee?
You haven't got anything I haven't seen before, or have you? Anyway, you should have locked the door. Leanne could have wandered in.
Yeah, I thought I had locked the door. And anyway, what's Leanne doing here?
She stayed the night with our Jackie, which you would have known about if you weren't spotting the bar profits down the Legion.
Committee meeting, if you don't mind. I do have other duties apart from my comparing, you know. Hey, they're thinking about billing me as king of comedy.
Can see why.
Hey? Oh, very funny, very funny. Anyway, I thought you were going to keep out of this Leanne business.
Who says I hadn't?
Good, because her getting herself up to duff is nothing to do with us. Let her parents sort it out.
Oh, Ron, you've made your point. Here, Mum.
Harry, what is this, Dee? I'll wait while Saba Vizio gets through the bathroom. How Tony doing his hair, how Michael reading his viz. You're Derek. Oh, God knows what takes him so long. So I still can't get a bath in peace.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry, Dad, but it's Leanne. She says she feels a bit I'm sorry, Mrs. Dixon.
Oh, come in.
Let me sit.
But you can't go to school like this.
But I have to. Oh, tell her, Mum. I have to, you know I have to.
Ron?
Oh, forgive me for living, like. Fine kettle of fish, innit, eh?
Come on, sit down.
Man
Put
can't
your head
even do
between your legs.
private ablutions in private. Never get to the shop at this rate.
Who's at the door?
Frank Rogers.
Oh.
Yeah, just called by to let me know he's dropping in the estimate for the repairs to the car.
Margaret did offer to pay for it herself, you know.
Oh? No. Not since it was your father's idea to try and teach Margaret to drive without the aid of a licence or insurance in my car.
I'm sorry. It's getting to be a pain having them here, isn't it?
Oh, you've noticed? Just as well you're worth it.
Thanks, but even I'm beginning to find them a bit of a strain. Especially Dad.
But you've always got on really well.
Yeah, but I think I'm seeing him in a different light since I found out about his womanising.
Oh, yes, but your mother isn't actually saying he actually did anything with the Spanish maid, is she?
Not apart from flirting, no.
Well, there you are, then.
The Spanish thing might not have been serious.
Apart from causing the biggest upset since the last Civil War.
Yeah, but the reason Mum was so upset was that this wasn't the first time.
Well, I will admit your father is an inveterate flirt, but...
And an adulterer, Max.
Really? Who with and when?
Years ago, when I was little. An affair with my nanny, for God's sake. And Mum waits till I'm in my 30s before she tells me.
But if it was all that time ago...
When I still thought he was Father Christmas and John Wayne and the Cape Bloody Crusader all rolled into one.
And now you find out that he's just a fallible old mere mortal after all.
He's no right to be, not my dad.
But it was a long time ago. And he does adore you, and your mum and dad are still together. And when are they moving out?
I'm grateful to you for putting up with them.
When are they moving out?
As soon as they find somewhere else to live, I suppose. To be able to do that, they have to sell the Spanish apartment. Who are you ringing?
The office. I'm going to make sure your parents' apartment's advertised next week.
Not that you're eager to get rid of them at all.
Who? Me? Hi, it's Max. Listen, you know that Spanish apartment I said we'd handle the sale of? Well, look, any chance of pulling the stops out on this one?
All right, boss.
Yeah?
Come on in.
Come on, we've got...
You can put one of them inside, lock the rest up for us, eh?
I will do. Hey, listen. Saw Julia before. Our Diana's coming out of the Aussie today. Poor kid, eh? Slashing her wrists. That Peter Allison has got a lot to answer for.
Yeah, look, Jimmy, I thought I told you to leave that alone, eh?
All right, I'm just saying, that's all. Julia said that Di's dad's been well upset and all. Enough to upset any dad, though, innit? Kids, eh? No matter what age you get them to, there's always something to worry about, isn't there? Not that, that's your problem, isn't it, boss? Kids and that. And if you take my advice, you'll keep it that way.
Yeah.
Ah, the very man. Your name came up yesterday.
Did he?
Yes, Karen rang from London, and in between telling me how she thinks she's almost got a new account under her belt, she asked to be mentioned to you.
Oh, well, mention me back to her then, will you? Hope Max's Christmas present's working out all right for you.
The office, yeah, fine, thanks. But I ought to be there, getting stuck into some work. See you later.
Man. Yes, I ought to seek out Sinbad before he does his Scarlet Pimpernel for the day. And when Karen does come back from London, you should both come over for another meal. By that time, we'll have the house to ourselves. Patricia's parents are staying with us at the moment.
Oh, extended family, eh?
Well, only until I can find somewhere for them to live. problem is they've got this damn flat in Spain to get shut off first.
So what's wrong with the flat in Spain?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. It's very nice. Good location. Patricia and I had a very enjoyable holiday there.
But you still don't think it'll sell?
Not at the price they paid. Still a buyer's market where property's concerned. Problem is, there aren't any buyers. Somebody could pick up a real bargain if they could raise the cash.
How much?
Well, I don't know. They paid 60 grand, so I suppose they'll take... If that was a note of interest I did detect there, they'd accept an offer of 55.
Well, it depends on whether it's the type of apartments I could rent out.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Marvellous for holiday rental and a very nice place for you to have a short break yourself. 54 and a half, since you're a friend.
Well, since I'm a friend, let's be a bit more realistic. Like it's a buyer's market, as you said.
Did I say that? Well, come on, then, make us an offer.
No, I'll talk to you about it after. There's something else I want to ask you about as well.
Morning, all.
Yeah, if we ever get started on it.
There's something else you were saying?
Yeah, it's something personal.
Oh, right. OK, well, look, I'll better catch Sinbad first. There are a couple of things I want to chase him on.
Well, when you're ready, you can give me the lowdown on the apartment. And I'll ask you about this other thing as well.
You know what? The first thing I'm going to have when I win the pools is my very own bathroom.
You what?
Greetings, one and all.
Hi,
All right, Jimmy.
And how's our bride-to-be holding up under the ongoing pressures of marital arrangements and all that, eh?
All right. So you haven't spoken to Sinbad then yet?
And not since I dazzled him with me Bezzy man suit, no, why?
Oh, no, nothing. Just wondered.
I wanted a word with him, though. Wanted to ask him how many guests I'd be addressing at the reception, you know, tailor my speech accordingly.
Yeah, well, there won't be many on our side. Well, not now we're having a double reception with Alice and Marianne. The hotel function room they wanted was booked.
More the merrier, eh?
Yeah, providing we can find a pub room big enough and cheap enough for all of us. At the moment, we can't find anywhere local.
Ah, right. Yeah, problem solved. You know your reception's in the nightclub. It's empty on the day, isn't it?
But don't you need to see Barry Grant or something?
Consider it booked. Listen, I'll square it with Barry. Don't you be worrying about it. I've got plenty of influence there, kid.
That'd be fantastic.
What's more, you can consider it my wedding present to you and all. Can't say fairer than that. No, no need. What's the best man for, eh?
Oh, isn't that nicer, eh?
Oh, wonderful, yeah. But, I thought Teddy was the best man.
He was. But then Jimmy just sort of assumed that he was. So I presume Sinbad's told Ted he's not on.
Huh? So that must explain why Teddy is still going on about being best man every time I see him, doesn't he?
Oh, God. That divvy intended of mine's still got two best men, hasn't he?
Looks like it, gal, looks like it.
Right, I think it's time for a word in my little Sinbad shell, like.
Oh, no. It's days like this I get living done away with, isn't it?
Why, what's up?
Well, I've only gone and forgot the Moby keys, haven't I? Left them at home. I'll have to trail round and get them. See you later, love.
See ya. Hey, keep smiling.
I'm not convinced you should be going to school.
I'm feeling miles better now. And anyway, if I don't turn up, they might phone home to see why I'm not there. I'm feeling fine, honest.
You come straight back here if you start feeling rotten again. Do you hear?
You all right, love? Oops. Oh. Hey. Okay. Don't worry, I've got you. Come on. Let's get you back inside.
I've got to go to school.
Not like that, you know. You go worrying about school.
There you go. Details for the Spanish apartment.
Oh, right. Mallorca, eh?
Yeah, it is. A couple of miles from Palma. Very handy for the airport.
It's not one of them retirement places, is it, Max?
No. So, what do you think?
Yeah, it looks good. I reckon I'd be able to swing a 40 grand mortgage on that.
Well, I wasn't planning on letting it go for as little as that.
Oh, well, any more than that, Max, and really it's not a viable proposition as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I suppose they could wait forever to get a shot of it, market being as it is. You sure you're serious at 40,000?
40,000, that'd be a definite yes.
Well, I suppose I could get more in time. Huh, bird in the hand, as they say.
It's always been my motto, Max.
Excellent. Well, you've got yourself a nice little property there.
Yeah, first time I've ever had a house of my own. Be something nice to pass on, won't it?
But if you're planning on Karen settling down and leaving you heirs, I don't think she's the type.
Actually, I wasn't. As a matter of fact, I already have a son.
I didn't know that.
No, not many people do. Except for me and his mother, and she'd rather I forgot about her. Actually, that's what I was going to ask you about.
I see. But I don't see how I can help.
Well, I know that you had kids from your previous marriage, so I was just wondering how you went about seeing them.
You mean to gain access?
Yeah, well, I've only laid eyes on the lad once, but now that I have, I was just... Well, it's just that his mother doesn't want me to see him.
Well, it's not really a problem with my children. You see, in fact, my ex-wife doesn't mind me seeing them whenever I like. She enjoys the break. I don't know what the legal position would be if she was against it.
Oh, well, I just thought, you know...
Well, I do know someone, solicitor chap, friend of mine, known him years, dealt with my divorce and custody details. Well, I could ask him to get in touch if you want to pursue it legally.
Well, I think I'll have to, Max. Seems it's the only way.
Better get the doctor, love. Come on, Dee, she could be... What, do you think it's a miscarriage? What's going on?
It's all right, Ron. It's not a miscarriage.
Yeah, but how do you know, love? She could be bleeding to death. Or...
Ron! She had an abortion yesterday.
Oh, no. God, she's younger now, Jackie. Well, I'd better get her home.
No! Her Mum and Dad don't know about it. They didn't even know she was pregnant.
Well, if my mum hadn't helped, I knew what he was of.
You have to get an abortion. Like, get her parents on the phone. Now!
Sure you don't want me to come in with you?
It was really good of you to pick me up and everything.
It's all right. My Nan said she'd be round to visit you. It'll probably be tonight.
And she's been great as well.
Yeah. Well, you know what my Nan's like with the family and that. Just watch she doesn't kill you with kindness.
I won't be family for much longer, will I? No, I don't want a divorce.
Oh, once a corkhill, always a corkhill, according to my Nan. And me. I just wish you'd tried to talk to one of us before you tried to hurt yourself. I don't understand why you tried to do it.
No, I just felt like there was nowhere else to go. I knew I'd been raped, but when they said I wasn't, nothing made sense anymore.
Well, does it now?
Not much now.
But you wouldn't do anything stupid again?
No. Could even do that later then.
Your dad will wonder what we're doing sitting out here.
Yeah, I better go. The hospital. They want me to see somebody. You know, the doctor that was looking after me, he said perhaps I should see a psychiatrist.
Well, that is probably best. You know, it would help to talk. What do you think?
You don't think, well, you mean I'm mad or anything to you?
No. Well, if it does, it means half the world's mad. It's considered dead cool these days to see a shrink. It's very American.
No, my dad wouldn't see it like that. Or Julia.
Yeah, Stone Age or what?
You won't tell them, will you? I mean, they'd only go on and, you know, I'm finding it a bit nerve-wracking as it is.
No, you're all right. I could come with you if you like.
Oh, that'd be great if you could. I better go in then.
Well, let me know then, eh?
Yeah. And thanks again. I'm really sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
Diana, I hope there's one thing this psychiatrist can do for you. Get you to stop apologising.
Right.
See ya.
Bye. Listen, Patricia's not too keen on people hanging around the office, all right? You know,
It's all right. I won't detain her for any longer than it takes to pass on the good news.
What? You've been to the job centre?
Yep, they've fixed me up an interview.
Oh, that's great.
Excellent. What's the job?
It's a warehouse assistant.
Oh, still, it might not be that bad. I mean, it's a job, isn't it?
Yeah, well, let's hope I get it, eh?
Fingers crossed.
Not exactly what you had in mind, though, is it?
Well, maybe not. But you never know. I may end up earning enough for you and me to get a flat together. If you want to, that is.
Want to? You're kidding, aren't you? Do you really think we could afford somewhere?
Well, that's what I'm aiming for.
Oh, it'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Oh, our own little place somewhere around here. I bet you still would have rather have gone abroad to do charity work, though, wouldn't you? Given the choice.
How many more times not without you? And anyway, I haven't entirely given up on that idea. Romania may still be on.
But didn't you say there wasn't a place for Margaret?
Oh, well, that's it, you see. I'm sure that they could use her once she was there. It's just that charities don't like draining their coffers for travelling expenses. You still want to go, wouldn't you? If I could come up with the money for your airfare to go with me.
Yeah, I'd love to go.
Leanne's in here, coming through.
Are you all right, love? There has been a bug going round. Do you think it's that?
Tell him what's wrong with her, Dee.
Look, I realise that this might come as a shock to you, but please don't take it out on Leanne.
Take what out, tell her? What's been going on here, Mrs. Dixon?
Leanne was... She had an abortion yesterday.
What?
She's all right. It's mainly the effects of the anaesthetic. I thought it was best if she stayed with us last night.
You mean you knew last night she'd... an abortion?
Why weren't we told last night? What's been going on?
We didn't even know she was pregnant. We didn't even know she had a boyfriend. So who was it, Leanne?
He was just some lad. I don't see him anymore. I don't even know where he lives.
Why didn't you tell us, Leanne?
I just couldn't. I had to get rid of it. I'm old enough, I'm 16 now. I did it properly. Mrs. Dixon helped me.
You helped her get an abortion?
Well, she was desperate. She threatened to kill herself.
What have you done, Mrs. Dixon? What have you let our girl do to herself?
Yes, well, I'll fax the proposal to you first thing in the morning.
You again, you'll get me shot.
Yes, of course I will. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Sorry, honestly, it's just a bit more good news for Margaret. Been in touch with the charity office, and they said that if we can raise the airfare, then they can use you out there. So we can go to Romania, both of us.
Great.
Yeah, so tonight we'll put our heads together and see if we can come up with a way of raising her 300. See you later then.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. I know self-interest's involved, and I don't want to lose you, but are you as keen as you're making out on this idea of Derek's?
Yeah, of course I am. If there's any way we can end up working abroad together, I'd love to go. I'll fill this up. I could do with a cut myself.
But if you knew how against it I was, for pity's sake, I'm a Catholic.
So why didn't you stop her?
Because Leanne said you'd hurt her if you found out she was pregnant.
What? Do we look as though we'd hurt her?
And how many times do you think your own kids have said that, Mrs. Dixon? Me mum will kill me, me dad'll murder me.
But the state she was in, I believed her. She convinced me that you wouldn't understand.
But we were never given the chance to, were we? Leanne is our daughter, Mrs. Dixon, and you've robbed us of the chance of being there when she needed us.
And how would you feel, eh? How would you feel if we'd helped your Jackie do something as terrible as this without you even knowing?
Well, go on, Dee. Answer the woman. Let's get you home.
Get you to bed, eh? Where you belong.
I wish I could make you understand.
Understand? I understand you helped kill our grandchild, Mrs. Dixon. Listen, but I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I know what you think. In fact, they're not like I said. But I didn't know how they'd react, did I?
Leanne, love.
Just thought I'd pop up to give you the good news.
Oh, well, there's something I can always use.
I have just sold your mum and dad's apartment in Spain.
So soon? Who to?
Barry Grant. I gave him the hard sell about its potential being a holiday rental, and bingo.
Just like that? How much?
Well, not a bad price either, considering the state of the market.
How much?
A very realistic price. 40,000.
40,000? Well, what sort of place are Mum and Dad going to be able to buy for that sort of money in this country?
Don't know, it's something adequate. I thought you'd be pleased.
Pleased? That you've done my parents out of £20,000 just to do your buddy Barry a favour?
Oh, please, Dad.
Get upstairs, Jackie.
Do as your dad says, Jackie.
Just who are you? Who the bloody hell are you?
Just don't run.
Don't? What do you mean, don't run? You mean like, don't ask who I've been living with all these years? Don't ask what's going on? Just what does go on up there, eh? What else are you plotting to do behind me back? What with your secret savings, you're setting up shop, fixing up kids with abortions?
Oh, stop it!
Oh, getting frightened now, are we, eh? Well, you want to try living with a liar and hypocrite? Suppose you're having a week off being a Catholic, are you, eh? Or have you had special dispensation off your beloved Pope? You make me sick, you do. Do you know that? Not even your bloody religion means anything to you when it suits you.
Ron, it's not like that.
Well, it's not like a marriage anymore, I know that. In fact, I don't even know anymore why we are married.
Ron, if you just let me explain...
Don't! I don't know you anymore. And you want to know something? After today, I don't think I want to know you.
Ron.
Goodness me, beginning of the end, possibly, for Ron and Dee Dee. Brookside is back tomorrow at 1:30. Still to come this afternoon at 3 o'clock, it's Judge Judy, those fake Beanie Babies, believe it or not. And 3:30, Ricky Lake, don't miss her.
And in just a few moments' time, we'll tell you how you can get your hands on a pamper hamper that will leave you with silky smooth skin.
I was saying. And this afternoon we're looking at some of the news stories, particularly the one about the boys who killed James Bulger being granted new identities for when they leave jail later this year. Diane Paxley said the boys did do a dreadful thing and it broke my heart. They should be given new identities and a second chance because they were just babies at the time. I blame the parents, but what do you think?
And on the subject of Kate Winslet losing weight after her baby, Lynn says, I agree with everything Kate Winslet says about going on and